this. All right, Anna, let me do that again. You see the hat I have on? It's got New Orleans.
Yeah.
It's got the fleur de lis on top there. Yeah, the whole thing. Okay, let me show you this. Hang on. Let's bring this over here. All right. Boom.
Whoa, hold on. Stop it.
Yeah, hang on. You see that?
That is a good looking hat.
Yeah, this is like a gunmetal gray is what I'm calling it. Gunmetal gray, the NSNG hat. You can, folks, you can go buy this hat right now. You can pre-order it. Debbie is taking pre-orders over. How do you do it, Anna? You go to my website. How does that work?
Why don't I walk? Because I got to say, I don't have the orange, but I am partial to the orange.
Oh, me too. You know why? It's because we're Italian. Would you like to see the orange?
Oh, do you have it? Please model it.
Boom! Look at that.
Okay, I'm so super into the orange.
Yeah,
I know everybody loves gray. I love gray.
Yeah.
But that orange it's sending a message.
You know what? I've already told them. I said, you know what? Orange is my favorite. Of course, Debbie likes the gray. I like the gray too. I like the gray.
I like it too, but
the orange,
stand out, be different. Wear orange.
Look at this.
Hold on.
Orange.
I'm going to VinnieTortorich.com.
I'm going to wear this orange for the whole show. How about them apples? Well, maybe I'll wear them both like this.
Okay.
For the whole show, like that. Right.
Now I saw it. Who's the rapper who wore the hats like that? It wasn't Flava Flav, was it?
All of them.
All of them wore the multiple hats.
Yeah, like sideways.
You guys, someone gets an extra prize if you buy one of each color and you wear them at the same time and you post it on social media. I will send you a twin pack of taco seasoning.
Boom.
Did you hear that?
You hear that, Kurt?
But you have to have one of each color and you have to wear them at the same time and post it on socials.
What's your boyfriend's name over in Texas?
Which one?
Yeah,
so many boyfriends in Texas.
The hot one.
I keep a boyfriend in every city in Texas.
The one that can't find his shirt.
Oh, Bob Zimmer.
Bob Zimmer, yeah.
He's not my boyfriend though.
Oh yeah, he's kind of hot.
His wife.
I bet he'll wear one.
Huh?
I bet
he'll wear one.
He'll wear two of them.
Hey, why won't the billionaire Don Coddington do it? He's rich. He could afford both hats.
You know what? Because he's
get on it.
Gonna expect me to send him one of each.
That's such rich people shit. Oh, you just give it to me for free because I'm rich.
I can tell you this. Don is going. I just know Don. He's going to dig that gunmetal gray, that dark gray hat. That's just him.
Okay.
Just him. So,
did you know that you had Dr. Jason Fung on the show last week?
I did.
You did.
I did. Yeah.
Oh no, it's a best of.
Oh yeah, because it's a best of.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're bringing Jason Fung has re-recorded with us, and he's coming.
Oh, good.
Again, like in a couple of weeks. Sometimes are you sure that's a
no, that I'm looking at it's a best of. I just didn't see that.
Where did that come
because I'm on the site to order hats and I'm like getting excited by all of the guests that you've had recently. Dr. Nadir Ali.
Yeah, let me see who's coming out tomorrow.
Oh, they posted the Perlmutter best of. Yeah, I don't know when Fung. You have a new episode with Fung. They posted the best of, but now you have the new one coming out, which is awesome. Look at this cute picture of Lois right there on the landing page of the website. You guys want to see how beautiful Lois is?
Oh, she's
go to VinnieTortorich.com.
Yeah, she's a smoke show.
She's gorgeous. She and I got to see each other last week.
Yeah, you had a little get together at a grocery store.
We did, but we looked for a dumpster, but we were at the fancy pavilions in Sherman Oaks, and they hide their dumpsters. In Sherman Oaks, we don't show our dumpsters.
Yeah, you can't see a dumpster. You know who could have found a dumpster? Me and Lois. We know how to find them. By the way, these are the two hats these are the hats that were in that picture that you're seeing.
Yeah.
She sent them to me so that I can, show them on the show here. So
that fabric looks really nice.
Yeah, she just mailed these to me. Like they just showed up an hour ago. I just got them.
So let me say something here.
Mm-hmm.
You're selling these hats and they are in sizes, but you're selling them as a pre-order. When are they expected to be sold?
They're going to be
like shipped rather.
Yeah. We're going to close off the pre-order at some point in the next week or so.
Okay.
And then we ship them all. That's the only way we could do this because folks, this is not a money-making venture for me. This is
No, it's just fun. It's fun to get the hats out
and
there.
I'll
We
tell
want
you,
you guys to have the hats.
these hats, these are not cheap hats. They're the new era hats. This is the model 3930. Here, I'll show you the insides. The 3930.
It's only $32. I thought that would have been a $50 hat. I'm not kidding.
No, well, these hats are expensive to make, number one, because the hats are expensive. And then, you know, this is real embroidery. This is not some kind of stamp on the front.
Right.
And so you know, when you put the, you know, when you wear this hat, people know you have a quality hat on. Let's see what the Saints hat is. This is also made by New Era. This is a different,
that orange one looks good on you. By the way, you're wearing Auburn colors. So congratulations, War Eagle.
This is also a 3930, but it's in
that was for you, Tommy.
You know, this is so this is a 3930 also made by New Era. It's an NFL hat. So look, the quality of this hat is what the NFL uses, you know, when they do their hats. So these are not cheap hats. And
that orange looks good. What size is that? A medium?
No, this is a medium large. They come medium small, medium large, and an extra large. Okay. And we order a couple of sizes. We order, you know, the small, medium, the medium large.
Okay.
And I think we'll do the XL, but you know, that's why we do the pre-order, so everybody can get exactly what they want, folks.
And then she orders like a couple of extra of each thing, or?
Yeah, well, she orders about 10 extra and I get all 10 of them. So I'll get 5 extra orange, 5 extra gray to have here. And what I do is I end up sweating through 3 or 4 of them. I keep 2 or 3 hanging around in case a guest shows up to do a podcast. Yeah, I'll give them a hat or something, you know, just something to have around. I don't have any of the blue ones left. You know, I just have the sweaty one that you see me do the videos with. And, you know, the fat of documentary hats. Everybody's, oh, I want that hat. And I'm like, whew, that hat. I wonder if I should do a commemorative.
It's going to run you.
We should do a commemorative hat for that movie. Because people ask me all the time, it's like, because that movie is the top movie Gravitas has ever done. And
wow.
Yeah. And people ask me about the hat. And that's the hat that we, you know, the only people that have that hat are the ones that gave a certain amount, you know, for the crowdfunding.
Kickstarter, yeah.
We might do a commemorative hat of that. Or,
well, you guys want to get a hat.
Yeah.
You should do a commemorative hat of that. I think that's a good idea.
But I always said that the people that I can't do it because I've always said the people that got it, this would be a special hat to have. So I can't. But you know what I've never done? A Beyond Impossible hat.
Well, here's my question with the Beyond Impossible hat. Would it confuse people into thinking that you're like promoting Beyond Burger? You know what I mean?
No. It'll say Beyond Impossible, a documentary.
A documentary. You got to have a documentary on there.
Yeah. Yeah. Or best documentary ever made. Something.
Well, that for sure. And by the way, every time I turn on my Apple TV, I see that big green with the burger.
Mm-hmm.
And I get really happy.
Yeah.
That you made Beyond Impossible.
Isn't it weird that I've done 3?
It's weird. I would never have guessed that.
Me either. And I've done them. I've created. Wow, man, I'm getting off of myself a little bit right now, but every now and then I think about that because, like, when you know, we were at a dinner party last week, and Serena knew a lot of the people. I didn't know anyone, and I knew the hostess, and so someone said, hey, "What do you do?" And I said, "Oh,
like,
yeah,
oh Lord, here we go."
I'm a fitness trainer because I've been saying that for 40 some odd years, so it rolls off of my tongue. And someone else at the party went, "Oh, you tell her what you really do." And now I look like a liar, right? And I'm like, you know, I got a couple of, I don't know, a couple of businesses. And they said, "Oh, what type of business?" You know, retail, online, you know, that kind of thing. So now I feel weird because I said I was a fitness trainer.
Right.
Right. And so, you know, now I'm like hemming and hawing. And then the person says, okay, he's got a vitamin company, a coffee company, and a food company. And he's done 3 documentaries. He's written books. Now I'll look like the world's biggest effing liar. Right. Right.
Well, what are you supposed? Here's the thing. What are you supposed to say? Like, I started as a fitness trainer, and then that became a thing, and then I did a podcast, and then it's a thing, and then I started vitamins, and then I started coffee, and then I started fats.
It sounds like I'm making it up.
And then I did this, and then I made the movie. But in between, I made these movies, and then I'm gonna write a book, and then I'm writing another book, and then I've got a PDF, and then I've got the thing.
But does it?
You know what I mean?
Like it sounds like I'm making stuff up. And you're the same way.
You know what you should say? So honestly, at dinner parties, you should say you're an influencer, because that would be hilarious. Because people would be like, "What?" Even though you technically are, but our stereotype of an influencer is that like hot California blonde who's like, "Today I'm gonna pick flowers and arrange them in my house."
And you think an influencer doesn't look like Gran Torino. So all right, so Anna,
right, exactly. So you should be like, "I'm an online influencer."
Okay, hang on.
People would be like, "Wait, what?"
All right, so you're at a party. And someone says, "So, Anna, it's nice to meet you. What line of work are you in?"
I hate this question.
You can't say that at the party. I'm asking you, what do you? So, Anna,
it depends. You know what it is? Most of the time, I lead with, I'm a cookbook author, and I have a sauce and spice company, which I never thought I would say, but because I want people in my community to enjoy the products and see them in because they're on their shelves in their grocery store. I want them to take, I bring that as presents when I go to people's houses. Everybody's house I go to gets sauce or spice or both. Because when I say I do voiceover, it doesn't make sense to people.
Right. And if you say you're an actor, the next question is, what are you in?
Right. I don't want to talk about that. Doesn't make sense.
Right.
But what do you mean? If I say I'm the female voice of NBC, they're like, what does that mean? Who's the voice of NBC? And then you have to be like, those stupid ads that you hear for the show or the thing, or
right.
And they're like, oh, what?
It gets weird for us.
It gets
very,
weird.
very, very fast.
But do you do cartoons? Yes. Which ones? And then I tell them, they're like, oh, I haven't seen those. Okay.
Oh, the same thing with Serena.
Okay.
Like Serena, they'll say, well, so what do you do? And she goes, I run, my husband does documentaries, and we own that film company to get together. Oh, what films? It's documentaries. And then someone inevitably, she's an actress.
Like Avatar?
They'll go, she's an actress, and they'll go, okay, what have I seen you in? Oh, fuck you. What have you, what? If you don't know who she is, don't ask. What have I seen you in? Wait, she's supposed to give a resume out now?
Right. It's one of those things.
It's so weird when you're us and you don't really.
We have new weird jobs, and we also don't feel comfortable saying I'm an influencer, because I don't know that that's a thing. But it would be hilarious to hear you say it at a dinner party.
Yeah, I'm an influencer company. Yeah.
That's what I want to hear.
I don't have fake tits or anything, but I am influenced. Yeah, I don't know.
They don't have to know you don't have fake tits.
Yeah.
Okay, can I read a couple of things real quick?
Can I talk about Julia first?
No, let me read this one thing, because you need to hear this.
Go
especially considering the day you had. So you know how you and I did a Instagram Q&A last week, which is, you can go to Vinny's Instagram page and watch that. In fact, you should, because he answered so many questions. Great. Like 1,000 questions. Yeah. We do that from time to time because it's fun. And also it's good because we get so many questions. Why not answer them? Yeah. I wanted to shout out Josh Matera wrote me on Facebook, and he said, "Good morning, sunshine. Thank you for the Q&A last night. You and Vinny truly spend a lot of time and effort trying to right the ship that our government created." Whatever. Quick, though it would be so great. Oh, if you and Vinny could do a clubhouse together sometime. We have done many clubhouses together. Yeah, yes, Josh, we'll do a clubhouse. Yes. And Josh has done consults with me, by the way. Oh, Josh is great. I love Josh. He's awesome. I just want you to know, and I'm sure you do, you have some great people running the clubhouse and running these things. Foxy, Robin, Susie, Carrie. And I wanted to just kind of shout out to all of the admins, Kurt and Mark Thompson and Debbie, and I'm sure Tosh, and even Stephen Crutchfield is a moderator in one of the groups, and God bless him. He deals with a lot. And somebody wrote me yesterday, by the way, saying, "I don't see the oil on your page. Where do I find it so I can buy it?" And I was like, "I think you're looking for Villa Capelli." and gave him the link. So I just want to shout out everybody who really works really freaking hard behind the scenes. Katie Applegate, Bob Zimmer, they're Foxy, Allison Sobchak, who I know I'm forgetting people and I'm going to feel like an asshole. Lois. Thank you guys. Vinny and I will continue to do fun content like that, but all of it would not be possible if it weren't for you guys spreading the word to everybody, because let's be honest, Instagram Live is super fun, but they don't do like notifications, or they'll do a notification like an hour later. Vinnie Tortorich has gone live, and then you click it and it says live video has ended. Right. So that's cool. Somebody else found out 2 days later. I think it was James Garner, who's big in the groups, and he's like, I just got this notification 2 days later, but I just wanted you to know that you got good people out there on the socials dealing with stuff. So I just want to tell you that. Now, what about Julia?
Give this first. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So Julia, I was talking to Julia, one of my consults today. Really enjoyed talking to this woman, Italian girl from New York, and big fan. She's got your books, she's got your sauces, she takes all of my vitamins, the whole deal.
Nice.
Yeah,
thank you, Julia.
I can't give her last name because then people, she didn't give me permission. But she's addicted to sugar, right? And she knows she is.
Right.
And I want to explain a couple of things, because I think people have trouble where they don't have to have trouble with addiction. And I know I've explained this before on the show, but I think it's worth explaining again. There's something, there are two things, and I'm going to do long form on this, Anna, so sit back and enjoy.
I'm sitting back and enjoying.
There's something called a glucose spike and a glycogen load. So I'm going to give you an example of each. Let's say you got a kid and you had a birthday party, right? And they start loading them up.
Let's say you have a kid at a birthday. I'm waiting for your Jeff Foxworthy. Wait, is that Foxworthy?
You might be an idiot.
Yes.
So you got a kid at a birthday party.
Yeah.
And, you see what happens. They're all running around, and then all of a sudden, their faces almost turn red. They turn red. They get sleepy. They get ornery. They fight with the other kids. I want to go home. They're sleeping on their mom. I just want to go home. And they're crying. Okay, that's a sugar spike. They went up really fast. Their sugar spiked and it came down. That's a glucose spike. And that's what sugar does. Now, over the course of the past 120 some odd plus years, dietitians, registered dietitians, have been lying to us. They don't know they're lying, but they've been taught something, and they took what they were taught, which was wrong information. They'll go, well, there's two types of carbs. There's simple carbs, sugars, and they will admit, those are not so good for you, even though they're better than saturated fat, according to these dietitians. They'll say they're hollow calories, and they would have you believe that calories are the reason you gain weight. It's
right.
Not 100% true. It's about 80% false. So maybe 20% true. So calories do play into a small degree. But the bigger thing here is they'll say those are hollow calories. Now, complex carbs, those are good, those are good carbs, right? So what are good carbs? Complex carbs. Well, these are the ones that come from wheat, corn, barley, all of this, oatmeal, whatever you have. And of course, you make bread, pasta, all the stuff out of this. And according to dietitians, these are really good carbs because they don't move from your stomach to your liver really fast the way simple carbs do. Because there's usually some fiber associated, it drips it into your liver. And apparently this is supposed to be better. But what this causes, folks, is not a glucose spike. It causes something known as a glycogen load. So with a spike, you go up really high. Let's say you go from, I'm going to make up this, 1 to 10 really fast, and you come back down, and you're usually lower than 1. You're below, you're like at -2, and you're sleeping. With a glycogen load, you eat bread, you eat pasta, you eat rice, you eat potatoes. It goes up, it stays up, and then you have to keep dropping insulin on that load to try to get it to go down. Your insulin is working in overtime, trying to get that load to go down. So even though dietitians have been saying for 120 years, oh no, you're okay with those because they don't all hit your liver at the same time. The fact of the matter is they hit your liver within a few hour period, and you're constantly breaking your system by overloading the insulin, making it work overtime, and you become insulin resistant.
It sounds like a sustained release carb as opposed to like
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
To not, since you can't put it any other way, that's exactly what happens. So that's a problem. So, this woman, I was explaining that to her. The other thing she was saying to me, she goes, I know it's not good for me, but I use creamer. Not heavy cream. She uses creamer. Creamer.
Oh, you're talking about like the Coffee Mate?
What? Yeah, or
like the chemical shitstorm creamer,
right? And I'm saying, I said to her, and I said, look, Julia, I'm not making this up. If someone said creamer every day, 3 times a day, or 5 cigarettes, I would take the 5 cigarettes. Probably less harmful.
Stop.
Less harmful to you.
Stop, Vinny.
Okay. Why is one carcinogen that you drink and goes through your whole system, why is that better than another carcinogen? They're both bad for you. Right?
Yes, so.
You see the point? You see, I
get it. I get it.
I know that sounds crazy. You're going, really? 5 cigarettes? Really, Vin? Really? Yeah. I don't want to see you do either. Cigarettes are horrible for your health. But your body, your villi will clear 5 cigarettes. The tar from that will probably clear that. Neither one is good, folks. I'm not telling you go smoke cigarettes. Well, really bad for your health.
And now just cut to me smoking.
And I was like, unpack 3 for the day.
All right.
Hey, look,
have it your way, Vin.
All right. Think about it. Cigarettes cause what? Heart disease, lung disease, cancer, everything else. What does creamer cause? Heart disease, cancer. Am I wrong? Stop me when I'm wrong.
No.
A carcinogen is a carcinogen.
You are correct, sir.
She even said, she goes, I used the one that's called Simple or Simply, blah, 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 blah. And she goes, I thought it was healthier. And the comment I gave her, I said, okay, let's say I had 2 piles of dog shit. And one dog I fed just, crappy canned food. And the other one, I fed an organic diet to. I fed him filet mignon and said, that's the healthy dog shit. Would you eat it? She goes, absolutely. Okay. Same thing here. You just bought something that you thought was healthier dog shit. I hate to put it I hate to be that crude, Anna. I hate to be that guy. But the bottom line is, that's where we are. That's where we are. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
did she feel like she had the tools she needed to get off of the creamer?
Yeah. I just need her to break rank with her family. That's the other problem people have. I'm trying to do this. My husband's laughing at me. My kids, they're not into it. Okay. Look, sometimes you're on an island in life.
Yeah.
We were just talking about me. I grew up in a swamp. And I was least likely to succeed. I was a musclehead football player. But here I am, making movies, writing books. Right? You can either listen to everyone else and go, oh, you never amount. Or you could go amount to something. Those are your choices in life.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna be a devil's advocate that will hopefully be an angel's advocate. Family members and friends will make offhanded comments. But you know what? It's not as bad as the comments that you make to yourself when you're doubting yourself.
Wow.
I'm telling you, you'll hear somebody say something and you'll repeat it in your head. You'll be mad at them. But I guarantee, stop. I'm serious though, Vinny.
I know. I'm serious too. Anna.
Because somebody will say, if Lauren says some asshole comment to me, which he has, and I'm sure I've said asshole comments to him, And it'll be like, oh, that guy, I'm mad. And like, how am I supposed to, he's doing that. But really, if I were really to take a look inside, it's me doubting that I can do it.
Right.
And then I choose to like obsess over him making a comment. And if he didn't make those comments, then I could succeed better. But really, we have to look inside and go, oh shit. And I always say, it's kind of like the thing that I say when you write a book or you put out a movie, all those doubts that you have when you're creating something. It's the same energy, by the way, when you change your entire lifestyle of the way you're eating and exercising, you're going to have doubts. They're going to come up. You're going to be challenging your current existing belief system. And so when you have all these doubts come up, don't worry. Everybody around you or on the internet will reflect. They'll say negative things. Those exact thoughts that you thought, somebody out there will say it to you. Don't worry.
Yeah. You don't have
that asshole's a person out there who's also in your head of like that negative voice. So you just have to kind of like be gentle with it and go, okay, you know what? I'm going to stop and I'm going to ignore and tune it out, because that's the only way to make change, is to tune it out and do what you're going to do.
Anna, you're absolutely right. And you reminded me, you told me to watch this movie last week, Killer Sally. That movie. It's a 3-part series on Netflix. Okay. This is going to tie into what we're talking about right now.
Okay.
Okay. What were your thoughts? Who's right? Who's wrong? What did you think?
I was torn about it, because I was like, it sounded like a roid rage situation gone wrong, a normal spousal jealousy thing. It was certainly a weird world. They certainly seem to be down on cash. That always makes a marriage strained. Sounds like, I don't know.
I don't think she should have spent 1 minute in jail, or if she did, second degree.
Oh no, she definitely should not have done time.
At the very most,
I agree with that. I want people to watch it though. I don't want to give it away.
Give her 5 years and let her out in 3.
Right.
Here's the deal. She killed her husband.
Right.
Okay. That's a fact.
No, you'll see that in the preview, in the trailer.
Yeah, she doesn't deny it. She calls 911 and said, I just shot my husband.
Right.
It opens up on that. The 3rd episode, when they get into their life.
Yeah.
Right. I feel bad for him, because he was a drug addicted. They both came from bad situations. If you don't think taking stacks of 5 different steroids causes you to do crazy things, I truly believe he loved this woman. But look, I've known people with roid rage. I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand.
Right.
I've seen they can snap like that.
Well, and also, obviously, even though she's strong and can defend herself in most situations, she's not going to be able to defend herself against him. There's no way.
She's 5'3". She's 5'3".
Oh, I thought she was petite.
She's petite. He is, he was a big dude, right?
He was a big dude. Yeah.
If he starts smacking you around, you're not getting away.
Yeah.
And in a roid rage, he blinded a man. I can only imagine what this man was capable of. So he was a dangerous person. And in the 3rd episode, look, the bottom line is the kids won't lie. The son and the daughter, and what they went through, and
that was handled really crazy.
That was
heartbreaking.
It was so heartbreaking to hear their story. They both ended up in the Marines, and they both were deployed, both of the kids. And
they both wound up with PTSD, and they both are dealing with substance abuse issues. And
he is more.
He is. Yeah.
And so they get into all of that. But here's the deal. We talk a lot about media and the whole thing, and I'm glad they had the woman from, NBC or CBS or whatever. And she was like, you know what?
Oh yeah.
This was in the 1990s. We weren't talking about battered women. She was a battered woman.
Right.
Battered women syndrome. And, they let this DA, if I can go punch that DA right now and the judge, I would. He was such a gloating asshole. He was so proud of what he did to this poor woman. Took for 26 years, took this woman from her kids.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Kids. And look how they ended up. She was trying to protect these kids. She didn't get out in time. She loved this man, but was trapped and was trying to get out. And the media said, look, we played into it. We started calling her Killer Sally because she had done a video. And these people, I knew these people around Gold's Gym. Now, this was the lesser known Gold's Gym that was south of us. But
that's what I was going to say. I was like, I bet Vinny knows some of these people.
I saw a girl that I knew very well in one of the scenes from one of the gyms when they were showing women on steroids, because this woman took more steroids than most men, and I knew her well. And but I was at Gold's Venice, the more famous of, where you would see a Stallone,
Muscle Beach,
Frank, or Sly, or you would see Schwarzenegger. I've traded sets with Lou, and all these people. Mike Menser was there. They were all down there all the time, and you see the old guys and how steroids ravaged those guys. Right. I don't know if most people know this, but Schwarzenegger has had heart trouble for years. He's been under the knife with the heart a few times with, and other problems, and they all have problems. He's lucky to be doing as well as he's doing. I worry about The Rock, who's staying beefed up for a long time. This all comes back.
Do you think The Rock is currently on steroids?
Oh, he's got to be. You can't be that size.
Oh, wow.
You're not that size. And that ripped at that size. There's no two ways about it. Look, you can't be The Rock. The Rock is genetically gifted.
For sure.
You see, the people that make it to The Rock level, or the Schwarzenegger level, or the Lou Ferrigno, or, I could go Dorian Yates. I could go through all of them. The King. I can go through all of them. The bottom line is, anyone can take steroids and look a certain way, but they have the symmetry. They have the genetic. They're gifted genetically, right? And on top of that, on top of being gifted genetically, they take these steroids and it enhances that look.
Right.
If that's the look that you're into. If you notice, this guy was finishing 15th in amateur competitions. Even as big as he was and as beefed up as he was and all of that, he still couldn't compete.
Right.
Right. He couldn't. And most of those were amateur competitions. I feel bad for these people. I always feel bad for them. I
was shocked that she got that much time too. And it seemed like they were trying to make an example out of her, especially when they were bringing up, I had forgotten, there was Amy Fisher, there was Lorena Bobbitt, there was a lot of cases of women who were wronged, but they were painted as scorned women. Right. And that stuff. And I also thought too, I was like, she seems very well adjusted considering she had to do 25 years. Like she seemed like, and I was happy to see where she ended up. I don't want to give
it away. Don't give it all away, because it's kind of a great ending, but it was just so sad that she didn't get to spend 25 years with her children. Like that was just crazy that they took her children away. Like, and by the way, what she was doing, the reason they call her Killer Sally was she used to do these videos, the Killer Sally videos, where there was this, I remember Howard Stern used to get this guy on his show and this whole thing. And I knew women down in Venice Beach who was doing this. And I would say to him, wait a minute, you're doing what? Because when you see it on that show, it makes sense. But when they would tell it to me, I was like, wait, explain this again? Because I was friends with these women. It's like, right. What we do is you go and it's these wimpy kind of men, and they call them schmoes. I didn't know they called them schmoes. And she refused to call her clients schmoes. I have respect for this woman. And what they want is they want you to choke them out, because these girls have big muscular legs, and they want you to choke them out and this kind of thing. It's some kind of erotic fantasy where these strong women hold these guys in headlocks and the whole thing. And I would say to these girls at Venice, I would go, wait a minute. And then you have to have sex with them? No. Are you jerking them off? Or blowjob or something? It's like, no, who do you think I am? I say, well, I'm trying to figure out who you are. Yeah. Now, all you do is go choke these men out and they pay you? It's like, oh yeah, a few $100. It's like, can I go choke a dude out? Get them? It's like, no, you got to be a chick. It's like, well, and I would even ask him, it's like, are you naked? It's like, no, we wear like posing outfits and that kind of thing. Sometimes we wear onesies and all this kind of, like what do you call that? Like a one-piece bathing suit. And that's exactly what they showed her doing. Yeah. Videos. And she was known as Killer Sally in the videos. And that played into her trial. It would be like if. It's just so dumb. It would be like if I accidentally killed someone on the freeway and I went to trial And they said, well, you know, he used to call himself the angriest trainer, right?
Right, exactly.
And the DA went,
well, that fits if the show fits.
You know, he's the angry trainer. He's very
Fuck
angry.
him.
I mean, he even touted himself as being angry. It would be like that. She got in trouble for a title she had in a video, basically.
That's stupid.
Right? The whole thing.
It was interesting though, right?
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Do I ever lead you astray with my television recommendations?
No, and I'm glad. I love the fact that I wish they had done it in two pieces. The first part, they could have skipped a lot of the middle part. They were moving over stuff too many times and get to the third show because all these shows, if I see a thing going 7, 8, 9 shows, I'm like, no. You could do it in 2 shows.
Oh, that's how I've lost. The Vow lost me. I loved The Vow. And then I was like, come on, let's get to it. And now they have a season 2. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm done with The Vow. That's the one with Keith Raniere doing the self-help group that became a sex cult.
Yeah,
that
guy.
Slave cult.
But you see, I knew the story and I'm like, I don't want to see that kind of grift. It bothers me in ways I can't even.
You know, it's because and that's why I was fascinated, because when you've lived in LA and you see how many people are suckered into these kinds of organizations that are supposedly self-help organizations and they're really cults, it's riveting. But then I was like, all right, now I'm bored. I'm bored.
When I first got to LA, everybody was going to something called EST.
It's like that.
And
in fact, it probably sprung out of EST.
Oh, I knew people.
There's MITT, there's EST, there's Landmark Forum. I can't tell you the number of times I've had friends be like, hey, can I tell you about the thing? And you're like, nope.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah. I remember, and I even asked a guy, one of my clients went to ask to say, what is like, oh, like you got to go, if you want to take a leak, you can. They'll get back in here, sit down, you can't go to the bathroom. I was like, are you peeing yourself? It's like, no, they want you to hold it. I was like, well, you're doing that? Why? And you paid for that? For some guy to yell at you because you want to
paid to not be able to pee?
Yeah. You know, if I'm paying, not only do I want to take a leak, how about you get some chick, give me a little neck rub down. I'm feeling a little sore. Something like that. How about that? Or a dude, I'll take a dude. Either way.
You just want a neck. You're at that age. You're like, I just want my neck rubbed.
Somebody just give me a massage.
Somebody asked this question. I don't understand what it is because you said, if Anna Vocino reminds me. Coach asks, I'm hoping I make the list of Twitter questions on a podcast. What are your thoughts of liquids in cans in relation to Alzheimer's? I don't know what that means.
Liquids in cans?
Is that like an aluminum exposure question?
Oh, yeah. I think that's what it is. Or, you know, all right. So I remember having a couple of thoughts when I read that.
Okay.
I do know.
Tell.
And I'm going to he's coming back on the show again, Dr. Anthony J., who wrote the book Estrogeneration. And he talks about
hormone disruptors.
Yeah. And he was one of the first ones. He's at Mayo Clinic and the whole thing. He's a well-studied doctor and
great.
Love this guy. And he'll be the first to tell you that any plastic that you're drinking out of, you know, everybody likes their bottled water. Look, you'll see right here on my desk. Here's my bottled water. I pour it from the tap.
Here's my bottled water.
Yes, either glass or for me, this is made of stainless steel. And that's the way I roll. You will never catch me drinking a water from plastic. And you'll go, oh, come on, Vin, one bottle. It's like, well, let's take Perrier, right? Or Pellegrino, either one of them. Okay, it's bottled at the source in a different country. How long do you think it takes before it ends up in my car on a road trip? 6, 8 months, a year?
Yeah.
Where that's getting hot, cold. It's leaching off of that plastic the entire time. Now, aluminum has its own problems. I don't like aluminum either. And aluminum and different neurological diseases, that's a real thing. So whether it's an aluminum can or a tin can, that can be two different things. Can things be leached from tin? I suppose so. Tin is a much harder metal. I don't know what can be, gleaned from that. Was the stuff heated to begin with? Folks, it all leads me right back to eat fucking fresh food. Eat fucking fresh food. EFFF.
There you go. That's the title of your next book.
Debbie, I need a hat. EFFF. Eat fucking fresh food.
I mean, eat happy is kind of what that means, but without fucking fresh food.
Yeah. EH or EFFF. So you get what I'm saying? You go, oh, Vin, you're a nut. You're a nut. You do all the stuff overboard. Yeah. Yeah, I do. And you should too. Right. And yeah, I make comments. Oh, 5 cigarettes. I'm not kidding. A carcinogen is a carcinogen, and that's it. You have to decide how much of this you want to deal with. Not me, you. It's your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. What else you got? You got another question?
Yeah.
One more. I got one more in me. But before you ask that question, Anna, Villa Capelli olive oil. We were talking about
olive oil.
Olive oil. We were talking about Stephen Crutchfield a little while ago. Stephen Crutchfield
Love
runs
that man.
the company flawlessly. We use it over at purevitaminclub.com. We mix it with our vitamin D3 with K. You want this stuff, folks.
Okay.
Olive oil is not created. And this is something else I was talking to Julia about a little earlier. I fell in love with Julia. She was like, yeah, we just used the Bertolli. I said, you know what? I can tell you.
No,
Bertolli is one of the worst. I know that's a bad one. I don't know all of them, but Bertolli, they put, it's cut 40%, 60% olive oil. It's so cut that they have to put a perfume to make it smell like olive oil, and they have to put a color to make it look like olive oil again. I told her, she goes, really? I said, listen, you don't have to buy Villa Capelli. Go get the UC Davis olive oil study and find a good one.
Right.
Or you could just go buy Villa Capelli and you can save 10% by putting in promo code Vinnie, VINNIE.
That's right.
Yeah, I think I fell in love with Julia today. Really cool. Boy. Yeah, that ain't right. You know, she's a WAP, you know, she's an Italian.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So Villa Capelli, promo code Vinnie, VINNIE, no wimpy Y. Anna, one more question, and then we're going to call it a day because I've had quite the rough day.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If I ask this question, it's about zone 2. Are you going to have to go through a whole explanation of zone 2, even though we've explained it on this podcast no fewer than 100 times?
Probably, yes.
All right, here goes. Hi, Anna. Big fan of Vinnie and yourself. I love the Monday show. It's my favorite, and your realism is the best part. Keeping it real, baby. I have a question about zone 2 training. I do a lot of running, marathon training, and I have been paying attention to my easy pace running, which is about 70 to 80% of my training. For some reason, my easy pace, which in theory should be in zone 2, is actually much higher based on Vinnie's formula. My heart rate is at about 150 beats per minute and should be probably closer to 140. I don't feel out of breath and I can have a conversation. Anyway, just curious Vinnie's thoughts on this. Am I training in that dreaded gray zone, or is it possible to have a higher zone 2? Now, Erica did not tell me her age, so I don't know what.
But she gave us enough empirical data. It's about 10.
Yeah, so if it's closer to 140, that probably means she's around 40, right?
Look, some people who have been doing aerobics for a long time, this is based on an average. Look, I'm 60 years old, so my zone 2 should be at around 125, right?
Right.
And I know for a fact it's over that because I've been tested. Well, Vince,
okay.
It doesn't work. Well, I've been an athlete my entire life. I've been an aerobic athlete. I actually had a pro mountain bike contract, and I've done a lot of ultra races and whatever. Mine is a little higher, and I'm always in shape, and I'm always doing this, that, and the other thing. So I can go as high as 130, right? So, and still be okay, right? I'm still probably at 75% at 130. Serena is the same way. Serena is a bit higher than she's been tested, right? So it's an average, folks. It's truly an average. And for some people it can change, just like, they'll say, as you get older, sarcopenia takes place and there's nothing you can do. I'm doing something about it. I have a lot of muscle on my body for my age. I'm not losing muscle mass because I do something about it every day. So I'm beating the averages.
Right.
You know, I'm ripped and, you know, I weigh 175 and I've lost height. I'm 5'11". So I'm almost considered obese at 175. And I don't have an ounce of fat to be found anywhere on me. But as far as the body mass index scale, I'm probably a 21, 21.5 or 22. When
That's
in
not
fact,
obese, though.
yeah, when in fact my
But you also said the BMI scale is kind of BS for
yeah,
probably that very reason, right?
That's the point I'm making. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, none of these numbers are just set in stone. So I used me as an example here. You can actually be 10 feet higher and be fine, especially if you're running marathons all the time. It's based on an average. So there's your answer. Anna
All right. Well,
Vocino,
wow, that was shorter than I thought it would be.
yeah, I didn't want to go through the whole thing again. Anna
You
Vocino,
did go through the whole thing on the If you go to the Instagram live Q&A at Vinny's Instagram, you'll hear it. It was pretty great. Just saying. If you're really interested, you want to hear about what is this zone 2? I've never even heard Vinny ever mention it. Go to the Instagram, you'll hear it. What is it, Vinny? You've literally never talked about zone 2. What is this mysterious thing that we should be exercising in that will help us burn fat? What are you talking about?
yeah, talk about it around the clock.
Go to the Instagram.
Go to Instagram. Check it out.
Check it out.
Anna Vocino has sauces. She's got
oh my God, they're so good.
She's got books. All you have to do is go to eathappy.com. Eat Happy, is it eathappykitchen.com?
Eathappykitchen.com.
Eathappykitchen.com and check out everything there. Look, it's a delight. I'm just, you know, we have it in our kitchen. I think Serena's making something with. The other night we used the barbecue. We put it on the fish. I was eating the fish. It was here during my my Instagram live thing. Folks, you need to go get this stuff.
Lauren made me a ribeye last night with the barbecue dust on it. It was so good.
Every restaurant in the country should have Anna's.
I know. I think so too. It's honestly the best. And I modeled it after some of my favorite places, but without the sugar. Because it's what I've been making now to put on everything. And we got the sauces. The sauces are, it's winter time to make some stews, time to make some sauces.
Yeah.
Get them.
Go get Anna's stuff.
They make great Christmas presents.
They do. I swear by them. You want to
get your pumpkin, by the way? I don't know why why you're not receiving your pumpkin marinara.
I haven't gotten my pumpkin marinara now.
This is bullshit.
The only thing when I saw the package come in, oh, they have some Anna stuff, but these hats came in. So, by the way, folks, here are the hats again. I'm wearing the orange one, and here's the gray one. The gray kind of looks like the blue one I wear, but it's a distinct gray whenever you can see it. But in the camera here, it looks.
It's really.
Yeah, it's a really good looking hat.
I'm tracking your package. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says it was delivered Wednesday, November 9th at the front door.
Which address did you send it to? Say the first number of the address.
The address that I have for you.
Does it start with a 1 or a 2?
1.
Okay. It could be in the pantry. And I just didn't know. Like Serena probably.
Oh, maybe she already unpacked it. But look out for it. Because it would be great with your crime.
Yeah.
And no sugar, obviously.
That's the pumpkin marinara.
Because I know you go after the pumpkin spice people, but this is the way that you do pumpkin spice.
Yeah, no, this isn't pumpkin spice. This
is really nice.
But
in fact, I'm going to tell you right now, you need to heat up sausage. Do your discs. You like the discs.
That's right.
And do your beef. You like the beef. But for this one, put in a little extra Parmesan because it goes really well with that sauce.
Yeah.
You're going to love it.
Tonight when I'm watching Thursday Night Football, I'm going to do some Parmesan.
Yeah.
I got some.
You have to.
Yeah. And I got some olives. I'm going to be.
I got some a friend of mine went to Italy and brought me a Gran Padano thing. You know how this, when it's like this much, but it's like a $30 chunk of cheese.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there doing it with the vegetable peeler and just like eating it with the CAPPELLI. It's so good. We like food. We like real food. EFFF.
EFFF. Eat fucking fresh food. All right. So, you know what to do with me. We all go shopping on Amazon. Or you go to Amazon, go to VinnieTortorich.com, click through the banner, it puts a little coal on the fire, gets my train down the track. We have the super fan page. You'll go to VinnieTortorich.com and see what that's all about. We have the nickel and dime post. You can get that PDF. And
you mean your nickel and dime book?
Yeah, I call it my nickel and dime book. What does Debbie want me to call it? It's my ebook.
Ebook.
My ebook.
Notice I didn't say PDF. I've been saying ebook because I got the memo, Debbie.
Yeah, I just forget. So I'm going to turn.
Best $10 you'll ever spend on your health is on that ebook. So just do it.
I'm going to turn off the video now.
I don't want any fussing. I don't want any crying.
That's right.